Hey everybody, Keith again. I'm back February 13th, 2024. Sportsman show's coming up here real soon. I'm getting a lot of questions. You guys are asking me, and one question I want to go over today is how do I rig my coon shrimp when I'm fishing them for steelhead and tributaries? So we can rig them under a float, we can rig them and drift fish them, we can rig them and plunk them. I've covered that in passing, some of the other videos here that you'll see in the YouTube channel. For those of you who have not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button because I'm bringing out videos and consistency, and definitely take a look at the page because there's lots of information and lots of helpful stuff. Last week we spent a day with the Edge Rods Pro Shop and had an opportunity with 70, 80 people of our closest friends there, going over some of the ways that we cure the coon shrimp and how to use the ultimate shrimp cure. That was quite the outing and quite the impressive audience, and I want to thank you all for those of you who are here that had a chance to make that very humbling experience that this is growing so quickly. So I want to release one thing here tonight that I've shared at that clinic, and that is that I've spoke of four recipes that I have of coon shrimp that I've used over my years of fishing. The two that we all know about most commonly are the Ultimate Shrimp Cure High Octane and the Ultimate Shrimp Cure Standard version. The third that I'm releasing is the Ultimate Egg Cure, right? So this is supposed to be an egg cure. Well, this was my first and original shrimp cure. As you can see here on the bottle, if you pay close attention, cures Coon Shrimp 2, okay? So it's been there all along. I haven't spoke of it just because everybody's been using it for eggs, and that's fine. We'll leave it that way. But those of you that want to use it for coon shrimp, go to the actual website at ultimateeggcure.com. Seen right there, ultimateeggcure.com. And on the front page, you'll see the recipe for curing coon shrimp. Super simple, just like this recipe here on the Ultimate Shrimp Cures. Another little step in there, but yeah, you guys will find that the shrimp themselves will be a bit lighter version, a little bit less dye in them, and there's reasons behind more dye with the Ultimate Shrimp Cure. We'll go over that here in a second, but you can see here these coon shrimp are, you know, real nice, and you can stick your finger in and dip around in them, and you'll see that even after I dry my fingers here, they're super clean. There's not near the dye in this recipe. So again, let's talk about that dye for a second. I have absolutely witnessed where darker shrimp, when I say darker, dark pinks to near purples, have absolutely made all the difference in the world. Some of the other companies out there that you'll see some of the shrimp cures on the market, they tend to run a bit darker colors too. I think they've caught on to that part of the game, but obviously the chemicals and bite enhancers and stimulants that we use is, I think, what separates us from the rest. So rigging a float, a bobber, right? Training wheels, we call it. Well, we used to call it back there in the day. But more commonly now, it seems to be one of the most effective techniques on the river. I think that drift fishing, which is my favorite hands down technique for steelhead fishing, is becoming archaic. It's becoming a thing of the past. You know, I'm out drift fishing quite often, and everybody goes by me and they've got a float on. So what is it that they're using? So a couple ways that they're rigging them up. I've got one sitting right here. Don't buck the odds, run with the game, right? So I've got a 1/4 ounce Bomac float. You can use all sorts of different kinds of float. I prefer a sliding float rather than a fixed, so I can adjust to the different depths of holes. I've got a snap swivel with a small chunk of lead, and that's pencil lead, right? Same thing I would use in the application of drift fishing, where I punch the hole in the lead using hole punch pliers. And for those of you that have not seen them, these are my set of hole punch pliers, and you can see the punch right here. Okay, and there's a little hole on the back side of the pliers where you punch the lead itself, and then you're creating a spot in the lead where you can hook it on your snap swivel. So moving along, okay, one of my favorite jigs personally, I will share it with you, okay, pink and metallic blue. You guys have heard of me speaking of metallic blue in passing. That's been one of my favorite colors for the steelhead candy, pairing it up with the corky and the metallic blue and the steelhead candy. So how do I rig a coon shrimp with these? Super simple, okay? I've got a coon shrimp right here I'll grab out, okay? First thing I do is peel the head off, okay? Head comes off, and I've got the shrimp chunk tail itself, okay? So we're gonna take and run the shrimp right in the back of the meat, okay? Just roll it right around, getting as much meat as you can, okay? Pull your feathers around, the side of the shrimp. You've got a shrimp sitting there right on the jig. So what's it look like as it goes through the water? So here it is, okay? It's gonna work its way down through. You got that big chunk of shrimp sitting there. Those fish come up, they grab it, they eat it, they're done. You got them, right? Let's say you don't really want to use a jig and that sort of thing. One of the other ways that I rig, I pre-tied a leader here. Okay, I'll run this straight into my float, single by itself, hook, no corky, no other attractors of any sort, nothing along other than this. Got a shrimp here. Of course, that one's got whiskers. Those of you who know, I love whiskers. But how do I rig those? Okay, so you got a couple ways you can rig these. What I do is I just go right in through the middle of the back, roll my hook around, okay? Just like so, super simple. And that would be how I would rig my coon shrimp, just like that, under a float, or even drift fishing, okay? This is a very effective way to catch steelhead. A lot of people aren't drift fishing these coon shrimp. I can tell you right now, it's a very effective way to catch steelhead, okay? Bait rivers, obviously, but under a float, it's an extremely effective way to catch steelhead too. You're gonna find that they quite commonly will, yeah, very effective. So there's two ways that you can rig coon shrimp under a float. Your training wheels. No, I say that in humor again, but it's a trend. It's gone. It's taken off like a rocket. So jump on, go for the ride, get the shrimp. If you can fish bait in bait rivers, fish bait. Bait matters. So if you guys have any more questions, please do reach out. Again, if you got any questions for using the Kier, go to bestcoonshrimpkier.com. You'll find all the instructions and all those sort of things laid out with templates and pictures and all sorts of fun. If you want to use the Ultimate Egg Kier, go to ultimateeggkier.com. It'll give you the description and instructions exactly how to cure the coon shrimp and prawns too. And go to the YouTube channel here when you guys get off and hit subscribe, and I will keep these videos coming. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, reach out, hit the page. Lots of fun stuff there too, and look forward to maybe seeing some of you guys at the Sportsman Show. If you see it here, guys, there's the start of it. Ultimate Egg Kier. Got my sweatshirt. Got shirts and t-shirts and sweatshirts. Hit me up if you're interested in one. Look forward to talking more. Thanks for watching.